I'm going to sort of talk to you a little about training education and the world that I work in. So I'm a surgeon, I work with cancer, I'm a cancer specialist, I'm a keyhole surgeon, it's my day job. I'm associate dean in medical school at Barts Medical School, and I'm pleased to say we're now the second best medical school in the UK, second behind Cambridge. So we've come up rankings in the last 5 or 10 years. And the other job I do is around tech. I run 2 tech companies around AR and VR. We sort of try to disrupt things a little bit in the medical workplace. My interest is about how we translate some of the technology we see, we hear about, actually how we manage day-to-day level. So this is one of my institutes I work in. It's a orthotics hospital, around for 1,000 years. A long time, an old hospital, the oldest in Europe almost. But Oxford Innovation happened, of course, at that time. So it's an old institution. When I think about learning and teaching, of course, I went to medical school. I'm getting older a bit. I qualified back in 1993, so yes, I'm getting on a bit to that sense. But this book was given to me. This is on clinical symptoms and signs by Hamilton Bailey. The textbook that we all use hasn't been changed for about 3,000 years, about 100 years maybe. But it hasn't changed. Clinical signs and symptoms are much the same, things have evolved. We still retain that book that we use. We sort of go back to it because it's comfortable. But things have changed in the learning environment, of course. And when the bricks of St. Bartholomew's were being placed by a monk over here, at the same time, there was a chap called Al-Zarawi, who was a surgeon actually based out in Andalusia, in Spain, who wrote the first textbook of surgery. And he wrote this book, which became the standard textbook for not 1 year, not 2 years, but 1,000 years. This was the only thing we had for 1,000 years of innovation in surgery. So we've come a long way from that point of view. When I was in medical school, I was bothered by a lot of things that I saw and experienced. This is Bill Roth. Bill Roth is a large-life character who did an operation for gastrectomy for stomach cancer, that sort of thing. And he's been famous. This picture I remember seeing in medical school where everyone's sort of peering around this wonderful human being who is the surgeon, and everyone's peering over to get a glimpse of what's amazing. And then they see, of course, is his back, because it's so attractive for 3 or 4 hours. They learn a lot from anatomy of the back, for example. But actually, is that good learning? Is it good learning? We accept it. And we accept dogma and tradition. When I was at, so that was 1870, I think it was, right? So you think, hey, we've moved on. We've learned from all these things for hundreds of years. 1920, we were on the hospital. Could you possibly squeeze anybody else into that operating theatre? Honestly, unless they're hanging from the rafters, what do you actually see? The doctors out there will recognise this. And we've accepted this dogma and tradition for many years. When I was focusing about it last year, I raised this. I thought, look, we need to challenge this. We accept this as normal. Our students pay £8,000 a year for the privilege of being operating theatre with me for 8 hours a day. All they see is the back of the room. Occasionally we call them in to show something, and they wander off again on their mobile phone, texting, tweeting, whatever, Facebook. This is not learning. £8,000 a year for that nonsense. We accept it. We don't challenge it. So we moved on by challenging some of this. And this is really where we're challenging. So we've gone sort of 4,000 years to an area of connectivity. This is the key. If you look at Google Project Loon, putting out sorts of Blues cloud this year, giving Wi-Fi access to parts of the world that don't have access, high-speed Wi-Fi. What about Facebook? They're putting Project Maria, a big cable from North America to Europe, being placed now for VR, for AR, for high-speed network, so we can use these new ideas and new technology to make it work. Project Aquila is a drone, Facebook's drone. It's coming out this year. It's going to fly around the world, give Wi-Fi access to people around the world. That's interesting because it's about connecting people and scaling up education to make it more equitable. A year ago, I sat in RSM, Royal Society of Medicine, and the first paper quantifying the problem for surgeons came out. It stated categorically that 5 billion out of 7 billion, 2/3 of the population, don't have access to safe and affordable surgery. The solution to that is to provide 2.2 million extra surgeons and to provide access to 150 million operations per year, on top of what we do at the moment. So the question, that's the problem. Well, that's fine, we defined it. It's the first time in hundreds of years we know what the problem is. So how do you go about training and teaching that many people? And this is where I have some interest. This is where I want you to start thinking of it and imagine yourself a little bit, okay? And just think very quietly. Imagine that this is about Bloom education, not about yourself. Think about you may be a surgeon in Tanzania, okay? You want to learn from the very best people. You educate yourself. If you're restricted by your geography, but yet you have a smartphone, you have Wi-Fi access, we have 2G network, suddenly think, actually, I might be able to help myself teach them better. What about if you're in Bangladesh? Population 150 million people, okay? And actually, the infrastructure training is so poor that it was non-existent. But again, you want to leave the country and do great things at Harvard, in London, in Rome, where getting the best people to train you. But you're again confined by your geography. What about Gaza? I have a whole plan for a country that's disconnected from the rest of the world about the infrastructure. I went there twice to look at their social training and how we help them. Because I think, forget the politics of it, it's a country that has enormous barriers, but yet people can't get in and out. Impossible. If you go to Gaza, you actually have done quitting for 3 or 4 hours. But this is the problem. So how do we overcome that and train people in these rare areas, war-torn areas, Syria, refugee, whatever? This is the problem we're dealing with. We have to find solutions. What about if you're in the east end of London? This is St Paul's Academy, a really inner-city, poor area, where kids don't get a good learning and they get a rough deal. Actually, you want to teach yourself, you want to learn from the very best people and free yourself from all your constraints. Andy Walters treated me when I was doing all this work, and he said, look, this is quite obvious. I want to watch your operations from because I feel my students, and he was a school teacher, but they should be constrained by where they live. I thought that was a really nice, powerful statement for someone in England, a statement about their own students and training. Back in April, I invited the world, literally, to our operating theatre. I said, why don't we create a VR live stream, let people immerse themselves and come along to our operating theatre for the day to take away some of the nonsense, the enigma behind what we do as surgeons. But we be transparent, we inspire people, and make sure our medical fraternity is looked after in the future. So we managed to persuade Barts Health. Barts Health is a financial meltdown, they have no money. Okay? I persuaded them to be 5,000 quid. Not an easy go to buy every member of the staff a Google Cardboard for £5. Not bad, huh? It's every member of the staff sort of walking around with these little cardboard boxes, like so, right? We'll see them, yes? And so we thought, let's do a great thing, let's do live stream, let's see where it goes. So we created an app with VRNOR, which you will download on the app, on Android, whatever it is, in terms of your VR. 2 clicks, you download, 1 click, 2 click, smartphone, hit the headset, and you reverse the heart rate theatre. Suddenly, looking around you, getting trained. A medical student, for example, suddenly be taught and learn rather than be in the back of the room. So we did this back in April.
This 360 camera rig allows immersion. People around the world using a low-cost technology, a simple VR headset, can actually immerse themselves in operating theatre around the world.
So basically, we did live operation, and actually, it went viral. It seems to be well understood. They seem to understand the narrative behind global health education, connecting people, using our VR, using these simple tools. And I think this is a low-cost technology. Ultimately, it's about high cost at the end. Ultimately, it can be a low-cost device that penetrates the market. That's what has to be the solution. We can't be expensive equipment, otherwise no one's going to use it around the world. That operation was watched by 55,000 people in one go, in 142 countries and 4,000 cities. The reach was 5 million people on Twitter. So it means that suddenly in one operation, you can train not just one person, not 2 people, but actually around the world. It's suddenly scaled up to the level that people understood and well, to engage with it. There's been a huge rise in VR. It's a big thing now. As AI and robotics are coming in, and a lot of discussion on that, Max mentioned, VR is a big driver at the moment with Facebook and Microsoft, all the other companies involved in the first past the post in VR. Camera systems are becoming cheaper and cheaper, live streams are becoming cheaper. You can stream on your smartphone to YouTube live platform tomorrow, straight away, when you do 360. 360 is great platform, it's great, it's a wow factor in the scene, of course, but it has to be something more than that, of course, going forward. So we're working, my company, Medical Reality, we're creating whole content VR, and we're leading going for the we just received our seed funding from an Millionaire on Wednesday, so good news for us, and we're going for Series A funding next year. Taurus, thank you very much. We're designing this as well, working with a company, English company, to design feedback. VR is only relevant if you can feel touch in that space. Yes, you can see geographics. This is great, this is a device that allows you to feel touch, hardness, smoothness, whatever. Also, there's temperature control. You can feel a cup of tea and drink it. It's amazing. It's suddenly, imagine, so what I'm trying to create is next level training simulation. At the moment, the simulation is still static. It's 2D interfaces. It's not robust enough. Imagine creating what I call the virtual surgeon. Suddenly, someone anywhere in the world can suddenly put a glove on, headset, actually look at CGI, use real graphics, and pick up a scalpel, feel the scalpel, make a cut, see the blood, deal with the problem. Suddenly, the virtual surgery is the most realistic way of making that sort of training much more quicker and helping us train those surgeons that we need in the future. So virtual reality is going to be a huge player in the field. Now, you think that I invited people around to my theatre and it would be a good thing. 3 years ago, I did the same, 2 years ago, the same thing. I used Google Glass when it first came out. I badgered Google to get Google Glass. And no matter what I do in life, people still come up to me and say, can I try the glass? It's still that great thing that people wanting to use the Google Glass. It still has that enigma behind it. So I used Google Glass 2 years ago to live stream. And we recorded an operation live, cancer surgery. We went around the world, people with their smartphones around the world could access the live feed. They could text a message and it would come up by glass. I could answer the globe and teach everyone around the world at the same time. They could answer the questions and talk about different countries. And that went viral too. And actually, if you look at the areas of penetration that we need, the red areas highlighted by last commission are the areas that are poorly defined by healthcare. Our project, actually, I trained 14,000 people, medical students, trainees, on one day. Okay, biggest ever be in the world. And actually, it's all part of the world that needs to be penetrated. Now imagine the connection, the drone, the Google Loon project. Suddenly you can access all the other points. Suddenly that world becomes all blue. Suddenly you can have a big impact by connecting a million people. When I was at Singapour last year, Peter Diamandis always says the same thing. It's to make £1 billion, okay, to be a billionaire, have 1 billion people. I'll change that entirely. I disagree. I said, Peter, actually, to help 1 billion people, you've got to connect 1 billion people. That's how you help people, and that's how you end up making money if necessary. But the driver has to be connecting people around the world. Last couple of slides, talking about something we do for help. So Maxine really mentioned the fact that AI and the bias around machine learning, and how do we create these new doctors. I talk about surgical singularity, and if you'll get to my TED talk, we'll go a lot more about singularity than I say about it. This is about, can I ever replace a surgeon with a robot or an automated machine? Interesting concept. At White Health a few months ago, I raised this. I said, well, hey, let's talk about this. Would you trust a robot to become your surgeon? My premise was this. What do? I take history, examine, and make a diagnosis. All that based on algorithms, my learning, my deep learning. It's based on my understanding, experience, and whatever. Actually, I'm biased. If I have a complication of operation tomorrow, I change it. I'll do something else tomorrow. I'm looking at the bigger picture. A robot, a machine, won't have that. Understand, actually, to get that, you can do the same thing because your results are much better overall rather than changing your mind. So maybe, actually, the decision making might be better. Of course, there's the hand holdings, the immersions about the touchy-feely stuff that we would do. And how do you replace that? And actually, that's about technical exercise, okay? Now, you all drive a car every day. You never question how that car's come to be. It's made by machines. Entire every component, vision, you trust that with your life every day. Drive at 50 miles an hour, I trust this. Implicitly. You're trusting robots. Precision, millimeters, okay? So why not trust the surgeon? When I said that, okay, lots of debate and controversy, but actually, a week later, I was really pleased because the first robot came out that can join bits of our together. Okay, and suddenly this could replicate a human operator and actually do better than a surgeon with less leak, and the stitches were better opposed. Suddenly robotics became viable. And we think actually maybe that is the answer. Maybe singularity in surgery is achievable. These are interesting. These are my patients. Because when you talk about NHS, talk about VIA, I'll talk about this. Let's actually about patients, about patient-centric. And my patients have been really supportive of my ideas. My trust has been very supportive about helping me support me in sort of innovation. And these are my patients who've helped me over the course of time. This is very important. She's looking at her own operation in VR. I recorded in VR. I was watching, and her husband, they watched her operation. And in fact, when I was in live case that day across the globe, all the kids watching at home, I was thinking, wow, that's weird, right? I was sort of ready for the fact that actually, well, you know what, let's challenge it, why not? It's your one, you can do it right. We sort of assuming you don't want to watch the operation. They loved it, all the kids watched it. And this kid said, so I'm really pleased because you put our mind at rest. Because normally you go away from operation 3, 4, 5 hours, no one knows what's going on, you come back all in anxiety. But actually, who saw what was going on, saw we good hands were doing okay, and actually helped us, which I found a bit interesting in terms of story. I'd love to invite you to our Giant Health event coming up. I'm co-chairing with John Luster in Southbank. It's called Global Innovation in Technology. Max is also going to be there, so exciting for all of us. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come a long way. Actually, you know what, I haven't. I've come from paper, and I've moved on to cardboard. I haven't been very far at all. Thank you very much.